Good morning, students. Welcome back for the next week of study. You had a short break in between after the exams, so I hope all are refreshed to start all over again. We'll move on to the next topic. The topic that we were discussing in the previous class, I think that was held in the month of June, was about photosynthesis. And as you know, photosynthesis is all related with autotrophic nutrition. And autotrophic nutrition, as you know, it means that plants can produce their food for themselves by the process of photosynthesis. In the next topic, we will talk about heterotrophic nutrition. The word hetero means other or different. Heterotrophic, that means those organisms which are dependent upon other sources for their nourishment, for their nutrition, are called as heterotrophic, and the process is thereby called as heterotrophic nutrition. So the organisms which depend upon heterotrophic nutrition are called as heterotrophs, and the process is called as heterotrophic nutrition. So the best example is we as humans, we are dependent upon other sources of food. Animals, they are dependent upon other sources of food. There are some animals which depend upon other plants. There are some animals which depend upon other animals also. Thereby we classify them according to that. The animals which are dependent upon plants are called as herbivorous animals. The animals which are dependent upon other animals are called as carnivorous animals. The organisms which feed on both herbivorous as well as carnivorous, they are called as omnivorous. Just like the bear or the crow, they are omnivorous organisms. Now we are the best examples of heterotrophic nutrition because we feed upon plants also, we feed upon animals also in a processed form. So we are one of the best examples of heterotrophic nutrition. You can see here the animal, the giraffe, it is a heterotroph and it is dependent upon the plants for its nourishment. So this is the best example of heterotrophic nutrition. Now in heterotrophic nutrition we have some more classification of nutrition. One of those are saprotrophic nutrition. When you talk about the word saprotrophic, the word saprotrophic means dead and decaying matter. That means the organisms which are dependent upon dead and decaying matter for their nutrition, for their nourishment are called as saprotrophs, and the nourishment is called as saprotrophic nourishment. There are various fungi, there are various bacteria which feed upon these dead and decaying matter of any type. It may be dead and decaying matter of a plant, it may be dead and decaying matter of an animal. So there are some fungi, there are some bacteria which follow the saprotrophic nutrition. So when you hear the word saprotrophic, please mention that here the organisms depend upon dead and decaying matter for their nourishment. So that is the meaning of saprotrophic nutrition, and it also comes under heterotrophic nutrition. As you can understand, here also organisms are dependent upon other sources for their nourishment. Next you have the holozoic nutrition. When you hear the word holozoic, the word holozoic means taking the food at once. Like what do? We take the food at once and put it in our mouth. The other activities happen inside the body. You only take the food and put it in your mouth. That is how we feed upon. So holozoic mode of nutrition is such a mode of nutrition where food is engulfed, where food is ingested by the organism inside the mouth, and the entire process then takes inside the body. That is the mechanism of holozoic, that is taking the food at once inside the mouth. Based upon the concept of holozoic nutrition, we will go to a very important topic called as nutrition in amoeba. As you know, amoeba is a shapeless animal. It has an irregular shape, as you know, and it is an unicellular organism, often found in freshwater bodies like ponds and lakes. So this amoeba, if you see the shape of amoeba in the diagram, you can see that it has an irregular shape, does not have a fixed shape of its own, and it obtains food by the process of phagocytosis. What is the meaning of phagocytosis? That means it engulfs the food at once. Say this is the food here, food is present here. What will it do is, it will surround the food on all sides. If the food is present here, it will surround the food from all sides, take the food inside its body, inside its mouth. And then the entire process will take inside the body of amoeba. So that is the process of phagocytosis, that is taking the food at once inside the body. Now that is done by some finger-like projections, temporary finger-like projections come out from its body. If you see the shape of the amoeba shape is a irregular shape just like this. But whenever it has food in front of it, some temporary structures come out from its body. Temporary structures come out and surround the food. You can see here temporary structures coming out and surrounding the food. Food को चारों तरफ से घेर लेता है ये जो temporary projections है. These temporary projections are finger-like, उंगली जैसा है, finger-like, and they are called as pseudopodia. ये जो word है पोडिया का मतलब है फुट और pseudo का मतलब है नकली, यानी कि नकली पाँव, यानी कि वो खाना को अंदर लेने के लिए अपने नकली पाँव निकाल लेता है और जैसे ही खाना अंदर चला जाता है ये नकली पाँव it disappears. ये जो pseudopodia है it will disappear after it has engulfed the food inside its body. तो ये pseudopodia कोई परमानेंट स्ट्रक्चर नहीं है, जैसे ही खाना आएगा pseudopodia क्रिएट हो जाएगा और वो अपने खाना को अंदर ले लेगा. So that is the role of pseudopodia. Please remember, pseudo means false, nakli, and podia means foot, यानी कि पाँव, that is false foot. So pseudopodia से अंदर चला जाएगा खाना and वो अपना खाना को ऐसे अंदर लेता है amoeba. Now मैं आपको दिखाता हूँ what are the steps of nutrition in amoeba. सबसे पहले जो step है, 5 steps are there in nutrition in amoeba. The first step is called as ingestion. इंजेक्शन का मतलब है खाना अंदर लेना. खाना अंदर कैसे लेगा? By the help of pseudopodia, it will take the food inside its body. आपको बताना पड़ेगा आंसर में कि pseudopodia is a finger-like temporary projection coming out from its body and taking the food inside. That is about ingestion. खाना को अंदर लेना is ingestion. Next है आपका digestion. Whenever you talk about digestion, please see that digestion means breakdown of complex food particle into simple food particle. Conversion of complex food particle into simple food particle. So digestion में क्या होगा? Complex food will be taken by the body and it will be broken down by the body of amoeba into simpler form. That is what is the purpose of digestion. Next you have absorption. In absorption what will happen? The digested food will be sent to all parts of the body. Absorption and assimilation is almost similar. Absorption, the digested food is sent to all parts of the body of amoeba, and in assimilation what will happen? The food will move from a higher concentration to a lower concentration, just like in diffusion. What does happen? Like you have studied in diffusion in class 9, that diffusion means movement from a higher concentration to a lower concentration. So similarly happens in assimilation. Wherever the food is, the food will move from a higher concentration to a lower concentration, and finally the food will be distributed throughout the body. That is the purpose of assimilation. And finally you have egestion. Whatever undigested food is there, it will be removed from the body by the process of egestion. So basically you can see that there are 5 steps in the nutrition of amoeba, and this is the diagram, a very proper diagram. You can follow the previous diagram also, but this is a proper diagram. And whenever you write in the exam, please see that you write 2 lines about each topic. Each of the 5 topics, please write 2 lines about each topic. Your answer will be framed in a better way.